T-Bex Richmond.
Good morning.
All right, so I am thrilled to be here with you. This is a full circle moment. For me, my first T-Bex was 2015, Fort Lauderdale. I was just a little baby out here. I had that Outdoorsy Diva t-shirt, and I didn't know what I was doing, and just came and got my mind blown, like I'm sure many of you have as well. So yeah, this is wonderful to come completely full circle. Before we get into it, I have tools for us today. First rule, I need you to be honest. Not with me, with yourself. So repeat after me. I will be honest with myself.
I will be honest with myself.
Great. Second rule, I need you to give yourself grace. Repeat after me. I will give myself grace.
I will give myself grace.
Now you know I'm gonna bring this back to you, so be prepared. All right, great. So this little chat we're gonna have, it's gonna work best if we follow and do those two things. So we're gonna talk about design to grow with you today. So how many of you have ever looked at your brand and thought, that's not really who I am anymore? As my grandma would say, tell the truth, shame the devil. So for you seasoned creators, does it ever feel like it just doesn't fit anymore? Well, y'all know sometimes you have that thing that favorite dress or that favorite shirt, and it just doesn't fit. It hasn't fit since 20 pounds ago, but you don't want to donate it. You don't want to give it away because one day I'm going to be that size again, right? We lie to ourselves like that all the time. Or maybe you are in the fledgling stages of you're trying to nail down your niche, trying to define that brand identity, and you worry about boxing yourself in by committing to one niche, or you're not sure if that niche is going to resonate with you a few years from now. And that happens. That's okay. People build content around their identity, their ethnicity, their family, their relationship status, being a couple, being solo, budget. You know what else people do? Break up, get divorced, or they fall in love. They have kids, they start dating, they become empty nesters, they lose interest in things. They start perimenopause, they have other health-related changes, they lose a job, or worse, you lose a loved one. You experience profound grief. And many people in this room have experienced, or you will experience one or all of these things. And they might impact that correlation of your brand identity and your identity just as a human being. Honey, let me tell you, I am not immune. It has most definitely happened to me. And I wish that favorite dress that's too small, I wish it would just grow with us, right? How great would that be? You walk in your closet and you stand there and your closet is like, I know that you ate everything you could eat on that 9-day Virgin Voyages cruise. I'm not saying that happened to me. But it happens to some people. That would be like a fantastic Jetsons moment where you can just walk into your closet and all your clothes fit the body that you're in that day. That's a fantasy. But we can actually design our brands to grow with us. Now, I am Outdoorsy Diva, Lauren Gay. I'm one of the top 30 content creators, an award-winning podcast host, 6-year on-air talent, and as I commonly say, I am just a little black girl from South Dallas, South with an F. That's how you know it's real. And I'm gonna tell you something that I'm pretty sure no one else in this room knows, because I'm scanning the room. I don't see anybody who's known me long enough to know this. Outdoorsy Diva, this brand that's got me all this global recognition, a feature on adventure.com, a guest appearance in 2 scenes on Samantha Brown's Places to Love on PBS, led to bucket list experiences like swimming with whale sharks, swimming with bull sharks, seeing the ancient Galapagos tortoises, seeing the northern lights in Norway, dog sledding in Norway. That same beloved brand, it was on my first blog. In fact, it wasn't even my second. My very first blog, you ready? Called Chronicles of a Supermom in the City. It was like 2006-ish, and I am grateful that this blog is this old because there's 0 remnants of it online. It is attached to a Yahoo email that I couldn't resurrect if I tried. And I wanted to share my boy mom war stories. Are there any boy moms in the room who understand? There you go, you get it. So I was in the trenches as a single mom of a son. He did normal, dumb boy stuff. That's what they do. It defies logic, but it makes for really funny stories, right? They did not last long. And it's not because I wasn't a good storyteller. It's not because my writing wasn't good. I had a son who wanted to play 3 sports, 3. And I was in the beginning of my corporate career in software and technology, and I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to keep it going. But the second blog came around in a different phase of my life. The second blog was on Tumblr, and it was called Kayaks, Canoes, and Shoes. Kayaking was like my kind of gateway drug into outdoor recreation, which is why I got Tamiko hooked the same way. and I used to also have this crazy shoe obsession. I mean, like 300 plus pairs of shoes, until God sent a literal flood that flooded my closet, and I had to say goodbye. And I've never amassed an amount of shoes since. But I used to be ridiculous, and I thought I could combine these 2 things that I love. I thought I could combine my love of outdoors and my love of shoes. Now that I say this out loud, it doesn't sound great. Like I was like, I'm gonna recommend shoe recommendations for every adventure. There's only so many adventurous shoes. I don't know what I was thinking. Thank God for besties who will tell you the truth. And they sat with me and we workshopped, and we came up with Outdoorsy Diva. That's where we landed. Now, what I didn't fully understand in that beginning is that life taught me in the most humbling and gut-wrenching but beautiful ways is that the greatest adventure that I was ever going to take would not be chasing any waterfall. It wasn't going to be on a different continent. It was going to be learning to adapt, learning to pivot when things I thought defined me changed. So before I get into this metaphor that really I have been sitting with for a while, I want us to do a quick exercise. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right, grab your phones or put in your notes app, or if you're old school, see some of y'all with paper and pencil, that's fine. And I want you to just answer this one question on the screen. What three words have always been true about you? Like before your brand, before you were posting videos, before you were writing, before you were blogging, what was true about you? Like who were you at your core? Those 3 things. I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to write what you think sounds good. Write what's true. And remember, rule number 1, be honest with yourself. All right, so I'm gonna give you like 45 seconds. I'll scan the room. I'm gonna be quiet. Let you ponder.
share?
We'll give everybody a few more minutes. Better? This side? Better? Okay. And actually, I mean, Chris, since you jumped out there, you are good as sure we got time. You sure? Come on, just give me your three. You can tell me you're right here. Go ahead. You're on my clock. Come on. What's your three?
Adventurous.
Being adventurous.
Funny.
Funny, that's true.
People person.
A people person, okay. I can dig it, I can dig it. So, keep it handy, you'll really need it at the end when we tie everything together. So, these words that you just wrote down, that is your trunk. It's not your niche, it's not about your followers, it's not about your best performance, but these words, this holds everything else up. This is who you are at your core. And I want you to keep that close and in the back of your mind today, because everything I'm sharing with you comes from that place and ties together. So I want to introduce you this little metaphor that I've been sitting with, like the tree of identity. I know it sounds a little kitschy, but I like it. Work with me. And so I want you to picture a tree, and not the perfect tree that's in the image, but a tree, not the trees, you know, like perfectly lined on the HOA communities, not that. Like, not that immaculate tree at Disney Animal Kingdom. I want you to picture an old tree, like, you know, the ones that get rained on and they get bent and they have branches that fallen off and they're still standing. Y'all ever see trees like that where you look at that tree and you're like, my God, is this tree alive? But it's standing, right? It's rooted, it's standing. And it's still making oxygen, still contributing to the planet. It's there. It's invincible. That trunk, that's you. And it's your values, it's your voice, and it's the reason that you started. It's the thing that makes you you and nobody else. The trunk doesn't change. It widens, right? It strengthens, but at its core, it doesn't change. And those words that I just had you write down, that's your trunk. And so now that you have kind of a better idea of what I meant, if you want to change your answers, that's okay. It's an open book test, that's fine. But you see where I'm going with this. So the next part of a tree's anatomy, pretty obvious, has branches, right? Now this is where rule number 2 comes into play. So what was rule number 2?
Give yourself grace.
There we go. We're going to give ourselves grace. The branches represent our trials. They represent our pivots. They represent our seasons of life that have stretched us further than we thought we could bend without snapping. I have seen some branches. In 2015, I had a branch that completely altered the destiny of Outdoorsy Diva. And though this thing happened 11 years ago, it's not something I actually fully disclosed publicly. I danced around it. I used prettier language to describe it. I wasn't willing to attach it to my brand until 2025, just last year. I wrote an essay that is in the Lonely Planet's Women Travel Solo. That's the first time that I publicly discussed how an abusive long-term relationship is what led me to take my first international solo trip. I know that's a hell of a branch, and just stay with me. I know it feels heavy, but this thing changed the complete trajectory of where my brand was headed. Before, I had other branches, you know, that were part of life. And I went from a single mom, talking about family travel, but after that thing happened, I became a solo traveler who went international, and then after I became an empty nester, I had more freedom. Hey, any empty nesters in the house? Yeah! So we got more freedom, we we got a little more money in our pocket, we can do more things. And then I also got a new branch. I got a grandma branch. I'm a Lala. Yes, me. If you're wondering how that's possible, don't ask questions. I'm a vampire. Just go ahead. But more of my branches, include things like we all experience, right? You get older, begrudgingly you join the perimenopause brigade. Shout out to Associates Tourism for the fan in our bag. Somebody on their team understands. Very much appreciated and used this morning. I'm new when I get off this stage from these lights. But even right now, I am in the season of a new branch. It's a hard branch. And I wish it wouldn't happen. I'm in a branch of grief. Begin of March, I lost my Aunt Brenda.
We love you, Lauren.
She was my biggest cheerleader next to my mom. She loved seeing my face made up when I would do my TV clips and send it to her. This woman was born in the 1940s. She didn't travel the world as a Black woman like I can. She loved seeing those videos, seeing those pictures. She was so proud of me. And I lost a piece of my heart. She helped raise me. I got to fly home to Dallas, say a private goodbye, but I missed her public memorial. I had a dream branch trip, a brain I had been praying to work with one-on-one for years. My family was like, you have to go. Aunt B would want you to go. And we want you to go. She would not want you to give that up. She's not here, she's looking over you already. So I went. That was that 9-day Virgin Voyages cruise where I may or may not have outgrown my clothes. And it was amazing. I had a great time. I was able to disconnect. I was able to grieve a little bit. I was also able to just enjoy that time away. But then my heart was still back in Texas. So when I come back, I got deliverables, I got due dates, and things were late, right? That's real life. And while I struggled through that branch, trying to come back to myself, just a month later, I found out one of my closest and dearest friends of over 20 years from college got a terminal diagnosis. We lost Jennifer 2 weeks ago. The last 2.5 months have sucked. They've sucked, it's been rough. I have dropped the ball on literally everything, including this keynote speech. That's the truth. I've missed other deliverables, I've missed emails, but remember, even though you're out of cans, you cannot. Rule number 2, give ourselves grace. So, how am I navigating this branch of grief that I didn't ask for? How do you show up online when you're grieving? How do you post that smiling photo, those videos you can barely get out of bed some days? How do you maintain this brand that you built brick by brick on an adventure when the heaviest thing that you carry is not your backpack, it's actually your heart? Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I saw some of you wiping your eyes. I'm sorry to trigger you, but also know that we're in this together. So I went quiet. I gave myself grace. And then an Outdoorsy Diva does what an Outdoorsy Diva does. I went outside. I found water. That's my grounding place. And I tried something new. I tried gardening. It's still outside. It's outdoorsy-ish. I became a whole patio farmer. Y'all, I have harvested 3 whole strawberries. I have 8 on the way. I've self-pollinated them myself, so they're really my children. I am gonna be bartering basil and squash and cucumbers when the apocalypse comes. Don't you worry, I got us covered. And somewhere doing those 30 trips to Lowe's for my garden supplies, and my quiet time with my hands in the soil, I really was reminded that my brand is not just content strategy, it really is an extension of me. It's growing, it's changing, it's shifting, and this branch of grief, as painful as it is growing something new. Every time life has forced me to pivot, whether that's through loss of relationship or a revelation in who I am becoming, every time I have got to a version of myself that doesn't fit anymore. I didn't lose the whole tree. I just grew a branch. Pivot. A pivot is not a failure. It is a branch reaching for light. Now I'm gonna pause and let you really take that in, because this isn't just like a cute line or a cute phrase. I want you to really internalize that in your heart. So, here's what we're gonna do. Another exercise. I want you, to yourself or on your paper, name a branch, just one, a trial that you're in right now or you just came out of, a thing that is stretching you, growing you. And it doesn't mean that it's bad, right? Even if you just got married, that's still stretching you and growing you. So what's a branch that you're in right now? You don't have to share it with anybody, you don't have to post it, but it's between you and you. Say it to yourself or write it down. And you're doing something most people never do. You're naming the thing, you're naming the hard thing, you're naming the uncomfortable thing. You're being honest with yourself. Everybody in this room, at some point, you may have felt like shifting your content, shifting your niche, not committing to your niche, rebranding. Sometimes you go quiet. Sometimes you take a break, you fall off, you come back, you start over. But you're bending so you won't break. You're in a storm. A tree's branches, they bend so that they don't break. So as we move forward, this branch you just named, whatever that thing for you is, it's not your end, it's where you're growing from right now. So, last part of our tree. What grows on our branches? Leaves. A tree also grows leaves on its branches. Some even have flowers. Some make fruit. Your leaves are your evidence that the tree is alive. Its beauty comes after winter. It's every opportunity. It's every open door. It's every version of your work that exists because you went through something, you came out on the other side, still creating. So I'm gonna tell you about some of my leaves. Take it in. That's just some of my leaves. I had a hard time picking my leaves, and that's a good problem to have. Leaving that relationship over a decade ago, that identity shift, it grew Outdoorsy Diva into fully becoming herself. Adding international travel, expanding my niche and my reach like in the best way possible. The leaves that came from that meant I was no longer just Outdoorsy Diva in Florida. I was Outdoorsy Diva globally, like Miss Worldwide, just like Pitbull. Shifting from being just single mom to empty nester was a reinvention branch for me. Those leaves are the version of Lauren that, wasn't just somebody's mama. It birthed the podcast, it birthed the TV appearances, the bucket list experiences I talked about earlier, me paragliding off of Table Mountain, and all the other crazy things Marty fusses at me for doing. But doing this team-based Keynote even is one of those leaves. A little black girl from South Dallas, I didn't dare to dream a thing like this. But my leaves were always coming. I just had to survive my winter. The grief, it's a healing branch. It's growing depth. It's growing authenticity in my content. And no brand strategy session can manufacture that for you. My audience has followed me through all of it. They trust me. They can feel that I'm real. Honestly, they have uplifted me through this season I'm in right now, and I'm super grateful for those of you in the audience that are a part of that. I wasn't performing. I was really living my real life. And just like you are, even through those hard parts. Oh, I went backwards, y'all. I'm sorry. So, am I saying you need to be an oversharer? Do you need to tell everything in your personal life? Absolutely not. You share what's in your comfort level. Share what you know will help someone else. Knowing what I share helps someone else. Knowing what I share has saved a life. That's when I know it's something I want to let people into in that personal part of my life. Is it going to help somebody else? And that's a personal choice. But you can decide what you want to share. But what I really want you to do is embrace those changes within you and how that shows up in those stories that you're telling. And one of the things that I like about leaves, what I think they're so beautiful, they're not permanent. They fall off, they change colors, they let go. The tree, it's not diminished. The tree is still just getting ready to grow new ones. And your content, same thing. Not every era of that brand is meant to last forever. Not every content pillar that you've developed, not every niche, not every version of you that you've shown the world, some of it is meant to fall away. So that something new can grow. And it doesn't even mean it's better. It's just different. That's okay. So starting today, stop mourning the leaves that fall off. Let them go. Let them go. There's a song about that. Get excited about what's growing and what's about to bloom. Embrace it. Embrace the change. And here's a truth that really changed my perspective. And I wanted to change yours too. You are the content. Your story is your strategy. Every evolution, it's your brand. It's messy, it's beautiful, it's tear-stained, it's joy-filled, it's this twisting, winding journey of you becoming who you are. That is your most powerful content. It's you growing in real time. That's what people follow, that's what they trust. So let that guide your stories. And I know how we are. I know creators in this room, y'all gonna hear this and be like, yeah, I'm a tree, I'm gonna grow. We're not gonna leave here with nothing. So you got your homework. So jot it down, put it in your phones. And so before you go, I want to make sure you have something practical to help you carry out this metaphor and live this. So there's just 3 things, not a lot. And remember, this exercise will require you to be honest with yourself. Rule number 1. So the first thing, audit your bio. And I mean, read it. media kit bio, your profile bio, your about me on your blog, wherever you're telling people who you are. Read it like a stranger. If you're really feeling froggy, let your friend read it, one who's not going to tell the truth, who will tell the truth and not afraid to hurt your feelings. But is that who you are now? Who you started as? Does it still reflect who you are right now and who you actually are? And if it doesn't fit anymore, like that dress in your closet from 20 pounds ago, let it go. Change it. You're allowed to update your introduction. Like trees don't introduce themselves by being like, I got 250 rings, yo. They don't do that. The tree's just there. It's just standing. It's what it is. It's like, you see me. Do that. Update the bio. Let what people see inform them of who you really are. The next thing, number 2, write from your current branches. Not about it necessarily. Just write from where you are, where you're going through. Let it inform your next piece of content. I want you to be intentional about that, even in the smallest way. A caption that might be a little more honest than what you usually do. A reel that might be a little less polished and pristine. That shows your real you, not just your highlights. So it's a blog post that you share. You're in the season of whatever. But it tells a truth about what things really look like for you. Number 3, I want you to find a leaf and pitch it. What opportunity, what story, what partnership, what piece of content exists because that branch would not exist without it? Find that leaf and pitch it. Sometime this week, a brand new publication, a podcast, a conference, but pitch this version of you that grew through something. Because I promise you, the world needs to hear that from you. So 3 things. The bio, your branch, right from that, find a leaf. That's your homework. Now, before I let you go, I want to speak to somebody specifically in this room. You may be a lot like me, what you're dealing with, I don't know. But you're carrying something. And you're carrying something heavy. And it might be your brand that you feel like doesn't fit anymore. You're ready to quit and throw it in the trash. It might be grief, like me. And you may not have ever shared it, talked about it with your audience. Nobody knows. Maybe you know it's time to pivot. And you're afraid, you're terrified. You think, what if they don't like me anymore? What if I lose followers? What if I lose opportunities? It doesn't matter. Who wants you? The real you. You don't want to be performing. So if you're looking at your tree right now and maybe it's bare, you're like, Lauren, I don't have any of that. Know this, your brand is not dying. You're just in your winter. It's okay. Hang in there. Winter's not your end. Winter is your tree doing its most important work. And we don't see that work. That work is underground. It's the roots. They're strengthening and they're getting ready for an extraordinary spring. Your best storytelling is not behind you. Your best version of your brand, not behind you. Your best version of you, not behind you. You are an extraordinary, strong tree. You're rooted in who you are. You're reaching toward who you're becoming. And honey, you were designed to grow. So as you work on that homework that I gave you, when you go back to your hotel room after our party, the branch you're working on, name the tribe, claim the branch. And ask yourself what leaf is trying to grow from this, because it's there. I promise you it's there. You just have to trust the process of growth. Thank you so much. Outdoorsy Diva. I am grow. And I am so honored to have grown to this moment with all of you. And will y'all do me a solid?